Welcome again to It's Just Another Day in Paradise. I am your co-host, Stupid Steve. She's Tanya with the J. Say hello, Tanya.
Hello, hello.
And we have a very packed show today. We're going to be talking about the Nashville blast, the Rochester Printing Company fire, how they're linked, our first viral post, and we're just going to talk about a bunch of shit today is what we're going to talk about. That's what we're going to talk about today. Let me check and make sure, but my live feed is working pretty good here. So far, so good on the live feed. So I'll be checking the comments here and trying to make sure that.
I'll have it pulled up.
Do what?
I'll have it pulled up.
Yeah. So we're getting into some stuff today. So Nashville blast. I kind of was like iffy about this yesterday. And then I ended up getting some more information, and it kind of links to our little viral post that we made. It's kind of, I would say viral for me because it's getting up into the thousands. I don't know where it is now, but it's being shared a lot, and it's getting pushed out there and everything. And thank you guys for coming back, and thank you guys for joining the live studio. Sorry about the technical difficulties. For some reason, OBS Streamlabs is my biggest enemy, and they piss me off every day. I change a different setting every day to get my audio right, and every day there's another issue. So they're starting to get on my everlasting fucking nerve is what OBS Studios is doing at this point. So hopefully I fixed it now, because every day it's a different fix. Every day I go to YouTube and I look at these guys who stream. They have the same issues and they find different issues every single day. So hopefully I fixed that. Thank you for letting me know, Tanya, that the audio sounds good on Facebook Live. I checked it myself and it seems okay for now. All right. So getting into stuff. First off, I want to go to this little post that I made. Let me pull up Facebook again here, and I want to pull up. So this post that I made yesterday about the Rochester blast and everything, and this is going to kind of be a prelude into what we're going to be talking about today, and what we're going to open with the headline of the day. I want to see where it is right now because I've been watching all day. It's interesting when you make a post and it starts to get out there. How many people actually out there share it? Because every time you share a post, that's 100 plus more people that's going to see it. Mm-hmm. Every time share it, every time somebody shares it, it's another 100 plus people. So it keeps to growing and growing. That's how these post reaches work. So when I started this morning, I posted this last night around like 7 o'clock or whatever at night. And I started this morning, it was around 3,000. It is now up to 6,532 people reached. And I'll show this post. Maybe it'll pull up here.
108 shares.
Yes, 108 shares. And this is the post right here. And you can see this on Facebook Live. And you can go to our Facebook page at JADIP 2020 if you want to see the post. But it says, what do these photos have in common? The top is a Rochester, New York printing plant that printed millions of ballots for the 2020 election. All throughout New York, they printed New York's ballots. The bottom is the place where the voting machines that counted those exact Rochester ballots were stored. So the voting machines were stored here and they were under audit. So yes, you read that right. Hours before the Nashville blast, and literally hours before the Nashville blast, the printing company that printed the same ballots that were stored in this Nashville facility burned to the ground in the midst of an audit. And then I went on to say, conspiracy or coincidence. Yeah, okay. Because we're being dismissed as conspiracy theorists, that we're crazy, that we're foolish, that we're idiots. We shouldn't believe this. And there's a lot of pushback on this stuff. And I'm not buying into it. Something definitely going on. And thank you for Joanna and Tanya and Mr. A in the studio. What's up? Thank you for welcoming us back. PJ's in the room. So before we get into, we're going to get into the headline of the day here. And I just want you guys to know that the headline of today is brought to you by Pools by Paul. Make sure that you check out Pools by Paul at Pools by Paul 513 on Facebook. That's Pools by Paul 513 on Facebook. So you search at Pools by Paul 513 on Facebook to see all his latest work and all the pictures and all the great things that he does. Or go to poolsbypaul. Is it org? Is it net? It's poolsbypaul.net. Poolsbypaul.net to check out his latest work. Winter's coming. It's time to get those pools covered. Get those customized pool coverings and things like that, man. Get your stuff prepped for next summer. You don't want to be all in a mess coming up into next summer. You can't swim in your pool because you didn't cover it properly or you didn't do something, a little foolish thing. You want to get those pools covered. Also, with all this new $2,000 stimulus checks that we're all going to get and this big money that we're all going to be having, it'd be a perfect time to build that dream pool that you've been waiting on. Okay? You're going to be getting a lot of your money back through tax dollars. It's a perfect time to build that dream pool. And Pools by Paul is the guy to do it. Check out their work, poolsbypaul.net, and at poolsbypaul513 on Facebook. So let's get into the headline of the day. Don't be rude.
Orange man.
You are fake news. So I wanted to show these pictures again. And I swear to God. Hell nah. It is hell nah too. But that's the next segment. So I wanted to show these pictures of the Rochester blast or whatever. So first off, we all know the Nashville blast happened. And everybody's talking about it, this huge blast that happened. And I have video that proves that not only did it not come from the RV, the blast did not come from the RV. I found this really cool feature on YouTube. You know, if you press the period button, like it'll frame it forward. And if you press the comma button, it'll frame it back very slowly. Did you know that?
On YouTube? Like
on
when you're
YouTube.
watching a video?
I just discovered this feature today and it changed my life.
How did you discover that? Who
Because
does that?
somebody said, hey, interesting feature if you want to, figure out where this blast came from. Comma is framed back and period is framed forward.
That's weird.
It is weird and it's amazing and it changed my life. And I thank you, random person out there who did that, because I'm constantly trying to freeze a video with the mouse and I can't do it. And now I have frame by frame. So just so you know, the more you know, okay, right. Comma and period will go frame by frame in YouTube. Amazing tool to have.
You're not allowed to just steal my thing.
Well, now you have. Well, if you're doing it on a computer, I don't know about when you're doing it on. But I have video, and I'm going to prove that this blast did not come from the RV. You ready?
Yeah.
To have your mind blown.
I'm telling you, you're not allowed to do the more you know.
Well, this is just a little tidbit of information for you guys out there. So this is a picture right here of the Nashville blast. Now, the picture right here that I'm showing you on, this is on Facebook, JADIP 2020 is where you can find it. This is the Rochester printing company that printed all the ballots.
That is so crazy.
Now, what's really interesting about this is the machines that are in Nashville that are set for audit. Okay, and I'm going to get to that in a second because everybody's like, oh, they wasn't set for audit. You're lying. I got something. I got a little something I found yesterday that's conveniently gone today. Okay, I'm on one today. I've been working since 8 o'clock this morning on this shit. So the printing company in Rochester that printed all the ballots, the same exact ballots that were ran through the machines that were in Nashville. Now, you can say that's a major coincidence. I don't fucking think so. Okay, you're going to tell me that the printing company that printed the ballots and the machines that ran those same exact ballots that were printed, both were destroyed in a matter of hours, of each other. So the ballot place that printed the ballots was set on fire, or it burned to the ground. I don't know if it was set on fire. Don't want to make assumptions here. Calm down, YouTube. It burns to the ground. And then the machines that ran those exact ballots out of Rochester, New York, those exact ballots were ran through this machine, were destroyed. And all the information was destroyed in a Nashville blast. That is a major, major fucking coincidence, if you ask me. And now this is trying to be debunked. This is trying to be shut down. This is trying to be, people are like, you're crazy, right? You're a conspiracy theorist. I hear that a lot. You're just a conspiracy theorist. You have no proof. So I went fishing. I went fishing for proof, and it's very hard to find it, okay? But I found something, and I wish I had it. I wish I would have screenshot that motherfucker because it's gone now, okay? So AT&T on AT&T's website had on there that they were contracted to audit these machines, to inspect these voting machines, okay? They had a contract with the FBI to use a certain certain software okay, to audit these machines. That post has been removed because that's the only thing that links these machines to that store that was blown up. That's the only thing that links it. They did have a contract with the FBI. They were performing an audit on Rochester voting machines at this AT&T facility. They had the software. All of that information is gone. You will not find that. Now what they're saying is there was no voting machines there. There was no audit going on. You guys are conspiracy theorists. Get your tinfoil hats on. You're fucking crazy. Now that's what they're saying. Okay? Bullshit. Because now it's hard to find it. Now you can't find the proof. They know exactly what they're doing. And it's not a coincidence that the company that printed the ballots burned down to the ground, and the company that had the machines that ran the ballots through was exploded. Okay, it's not a coincidence, and I'm gonna get into this explosion next because it's mind blowing. All right, it really is, and just how they do things and how they make you feel like you're crazy. It pisses me off.
I tried to look, but I don't know.
You know, and there's you'll never find it. Was on AT&T's website yesterday. It was on there, and I found it. Because other people were saying the same thing because I was doing it. Because you can't find the information for yourself. You cannot find this information by yourself. If you go to Google or you go to any kind of search engine and you desperately try to find this information, you won't. So you have to go through word of mouth. You have to say, okay, I found it in a comment. This person said on AT&T's website they have it displayed that they have a contract with the FBI to audit these machines, and they're using a certain type of software and everything else. So I immediately went to AT&T's website and seen it with my own two eyes, and then immediately it was taken down. Well, not immediately, but I went to get on it this morning and find it again, and it was gone. So that was pretty much the only proof that linked the FBI, AT&T, voting machines, audits. It linked it all together. That's gone now. And now I'm being told that I'm a fucking crazy wacko, that this is a conspiracy theorist and it has no proof, because now I have no fucking proof. So now I have to go through coincidence. Is it a coincidence that the Rochester printing company that printed the ballots was set on fire and burnt to the ground, and the Nashville explosion counted those very same Rochester ballots was exploded? Now I have to present all this, it's just circumstantial evidence. So now everybody's like, oh, see, crazy conspiracy theorists, because people out there buy into the bullshit. They buy into the mainstream bullshit. By the way, I put just a little side note. I'm sick and tired of watching these people, these Johnny-come-latelys, these people who have millions of viewers and millions of people watching them every day with their shitty videos. And I'm talking about Anomaly in particular. Now, I've stole some shit from his, and I had some ideas from his, but his videos are really lackluster quality. It's just a dude with a video camera, and he's just talking into it. Millions of fucking views. He just posted yesterday that the FBI is ramping up their enforcement policies, and that Joe Biden's going to give $50 million to the FBI or whatever. I posted that shit 3 weeks ago. Just so y'all know, I posted that shit 3 weeks ago. We did a show on the FBI and how they're pumping a bunch of money into it for enforcement activities 3 fucking weeks ago. This fucking Johnny-come-lately posted a video today, and it's got 1 million fucking views already. So just to let you know, I'm way ahead of the ball, okay? I'm way ahead of the ball. Like, I don't understand how this dude has all these fucking followers and all these listeners, and he's doing this shit for a living when he's 3 weeks late on information. But whatever. That's just a little side note. So to get to this video, I want to pull this video up, and I'm going to do it frame by frame. And you can watch this at JADIP 2020 on Facebook and YouTube, because we are live. We do a live program here. All right. So first off, does this look like, it looks like a controlled explosion, does it not? I mean, look at this. You see the video, right?
It's a lot clearer than mine.
I mean, everything's shut down. It's 6:30 in the morning in Nashville. Yeah. Everything's shut down. It looks like a controlled explosion. There's not a whole lot around. The police know to stay back from the explosion. There's a cop car way up the street. It looks like they're getting ready to do a controlled explosion. Like they knew what was coming before it even happened. And then I'll play the video. The cop's like, yeah, he's walking away. He's waiting for the explosion. And then it happens. He knows not to go down that street, though, because that's where the controlled explosion is taking place. Then, first off, do you see an RV? I don't see a fucking RV anywhere. Do you see an RV?
What is that?
I mean, it could be. That could be the RV. Maybe it is, but the blast definitely did not come from that RV. I don't see an RV anywhere right here. And this is where the blast takes place, and I'll show you. So, boom, there's the blast, right?
What the hell?
Yep, that's the raw video of the blast. Now, anybody that knows science or energy or anything like that, whenever you have a large blast, it'll expand and then it'll come back to the origin of the blast, right? Because that's what energy does. It expands and then it reduces, right? Boom, and then it comes back. So I'm going to show you, and I'm going to play this frame by frame, where this explosion takes place. So there it is. Okay.
Roy said it's a missile. There's other videos.
Well, some people are saying it's a missile.
Well, that was weird. When I just seen that, it looked like it was like here.
Some people are saying it was a missile strike. Some people saying it's a missile strike, and they are going at those people hardcore, calling them quacks, QAnon, you're stupid, you're crazy. People are laughing and ha 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 ha. Trump supporter, you're a Trump supporter, you're fucking crazy. People are saying, a lot of people out there are saying this is a missile strike, and it's hard to see where this actually comes from.
Yeah,
but
I'll
tell you right now, the blast does not come from any RV. I can show you exactly where this blast comes from if you're watching on JADIP 2020. So there's the blast, right? Frame by frame. Boom. Now watch all this energy come back into where the blast originated. And I'm trying to do this frame by frame, so.
With your new trick?
Huh?
With your new trick?
My new trick that I discovered this morning. Thank you. Look, see the expansion? As if I go back.
So it's on that side.
It's on that side of the street. Now look.
And if that was the RV, that was on the other side.
Right, because the energy comes back to the original. If you've ever blown something up, if you ever shot tannerite, or if you've ever blown anything up, it'll blow up and then it'll come back to where it originated, right? All the energy comes back, and then you'll see the fire and the smoke coming back from the original blast site, from the spot where it was ignited. And so we go forward here.
And that cop is just gone.
Huh?
And the cop is just gone.
Well, and everybody's gone because it's a controlled explosion. So right here is where the explosion happened. Right there. You see the smoke? You see the origination of the explosion right there? Okay? It all comes back to there. Now, if I back this up, well, here, I'll go forward. I'll show it one more time. So everything comes back here, and it's not working like I wanted to, but it's working. There it is.
Yeah.
Okay? Now. Right there, right? Now, the camera does move down a little bit, but right there it is. I'm going to keep my mouse right there. All right?
Okay.
And I'm going to back this motherfucker all the way up.
Mine's so much blurrier.
Right there, okay? So that's where the blast was. Where's the fucking RV? Where's the RV? There is no RV right there. That's where the blast originated from. Right. Did it come from a trash can? Did it blow up from a trash can? Was there an actual missile strike here? I don't know, but it sure as fuck wasn't an RV.
Right.
So they expect you, okay, if you say that there's something linked here with the voting machines and the ballots in Rochester and how that building burnt down, this place exploded. If you come forward with this type of information, you're a crazy, psychotic conspiracy theorist, but they want to spit out that a deranged man who was dying of cancer, who was sick of everything, drove his RV down and blew up a fucking AT&T building. For what? But they want you to believe that. And people out there will rather believe that a deranged man who was dying of cancer, quit his job, had nothing to live for, blew up his fucking RV, and blew up a goddamn AT&T building.
That just so happened to have, a bunch of important
voting
shit
machines
in it.
And was under audit.
Right.
And FBI was investigating these machines. But that's besides the point. This deranged individual just decided to blow up an AT&T.
He must have been a hardcore Joe Biden supporter.
Or he really loved T-Mobile. One of the two.
Oh, shit. I don't know. That is crazy.
I'm supposed to believe that this guy went out in a blaze of glory blowing up a fucking AT&T building. An AT&T building. But I'm not supposed to believe that something's linked between Rochester, New York, and these ballot machines that were in this AT&T building and under investigation and being audited.
Right.
I'm not allowed to believe that. That'll get fact checked. That'll get pulled down. And I wouldn't be surprised if I got in trouble from fucking YouTube and Facebook for talking about this shit. I'm supposed to believe that some deranged man who was playing some random song downtown and drove his RV and blew it up just to blow up an AT&T building. If I go out in a blaze of glory, the last place I'm blowing up is a fucking cell phone store, right, or an information place or whatever. I'm going to take out like something better than that. I mean, you know, if I'm going to go do a suicide bombing, I'm not going to go to the local Verizon Wireless.
Well, and they knew who he was fast too.
Oh,
Roy said
bang,
it too.
like that. Knew who he was immediately.
Yeah.
There was no remains. There was no remains of this man, but somehow they got his DNA and then went to his house and got more DNA and then confirmed that this guy was the bomber. There was nothing left of him, by the way. He's completely gone in ashes. But somehow within 24 hours, they was able to figure out who this fucking guy was. They released his name for what we don't know. And now they're waiting to release the motive. They're trying to find a motive because they're gonna spoon feed that to the dumbass masses that actually believe that this motherfucker just blew up a random AT&T building for no damn reason. But I'm crazy. I'm the conspiracy theorist. I got to worry about talking about this because they'll pull it down and they'll falsified information, or I'll get a strike on YouTube because they're scared to death of people like me who are onto your bullshit. The moment I seen this Nashville blast, and I do this with a lot of stories, the moment I see this type of shit, I immediately want to know what the motive is, what they're up to, what they have conspired here. And I knew yesterday going off the air there was something more to this. I talked about this yesterday. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know in depth what exactly they were doing here. And then boom, the light bulb went off, the aha moment. I started investigating it, and I found out that these voting machines were in this motherfucking AT&T building, and they were under audit. And then lo and behold, I find out that the same fucking place that printed the ballots that went through these very voting machines burnt to the ground just hours earlier in Rochester, New York. And there's your fucking story. But I'm crazy. I'm a conspiracy theorist. I'm a nutcase. I shouldn't think that way. False information. Pull it down. Give him a strike. Get him off YouTube. He's fucking crazy. Right? This is the type of shit. This is why I cannot watch the news on a regular basis and just watch it for face value and be like, oh my God, a crazy guy went to Nashville and blew up a fucking AT&T. I can't. Because I know if it's headline news, if it's mainstream media, if it's in your face, there's something more to it. Mm-hmm. They don't tell you shit that they don't want you to know. Okay? They're not going to go out and present a story if they don't want you to see the story and look at and then just kind of brush it to the side. Right? And this story conveniently comes within hours of President Trump signing a ridiculous stimulus bill and trying to get us more money, blah, 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 blah. And I'm about to get into that in a second because I had an interesting conversation, a couple things sent to me from Bahramu that kind of made my ears perk up a little bit too. A lot of conspiracy stuff. I wouldn't even call it conspiracy anymore. I've been called a conspiracy theorist for years. Now I'm presenting the information. I'm not fucking around with it anymore. I'm probably going to get a lot of strikes on YouTube over the next coming weeks because there's a lot of shit. There's a culmination. The icing is getting laid on the cake. They're about to drop the cherry on top. We're in it now.
Roy said there was a cop witness.
I got to go back to the comments on Podbean because I'm not paying attention to them. There was a cop witness. Did you see? Yeah, there was a couple cops there. It was a controlled explosion. It looked like a controlled explosion. They came up with the suspect really quickly with DNA right after they said the guy's remains wouldn't fill a small evidence bag. There was no remains. But yet they got this guy's DNA.
I don't get it. I don't get how they do shit like this.
Because they're lying.
It's crazy, though.
It was all
like it's so
it's planned.
far-fetched, though. Like, at least make the shit believable.
They don't need it to be believable. People are so stupid they'll believe anything.
But it's like so
people are fucking dumber than fuck. Like, people out there, by and large, and I'm sorry for people that listen to, they're dumb as fucking hell, dude. They buy everything that they're told. They turn on CNN, they're like, yep, that's the truth, and then they just go to fucking bed at night. Or they don't give a shit. There's a lot of people out there that don't give a shit. And I don't blame those people. I wish I could not give a shit. I wish I could get on here and talk about lollipops and rainbows, and we could just have a bunch of big fucking.
What's
good
your favorite one?
I mean, but I can't. This is not in me to do that. Like, I see this shit and I want to expose it for what it is because they deserve to be exposed. And what's coming is very, very, very big and dangerous. Like, we are living in the end times right now. We are living in the transition of one world government, new world order. We are living in that time. I've been talking about this shit for 20 fucking years. Now I have a platform to talk about it on. And it's happening. It's happening. Like, that's the beautiful part about it. It's happening right in front. Like, now I get to say, I fucking told you so. I told you so. 15 years ago, I told you so. All right? When I used to have conversations with the other crazies that I knew or whatever, and we would talk about this shit, and we'd be like, yep, it's prophesized. It's in the Bible. Here's this, here's this, here's this. Look at this. It's all coming together. Now it's happening. Now it's happening. The elections were completely fucked. We got a president that nobody wanted. 2021 is about to be fucked up. I mean, you want to talk about how bad 2020 was? Wait until 2021.
It was crazy because I had that news channel on that I watched, that Haystack or whatever it is. And I was just cooking, sitting there watching it, and they were just doing the rundown of everything that's happened this year. And I was like, damn, that did happen. Damn, that happened too. Damn, that too.
I don't even want to do a year in review. But that's what we're
crazy.
Like, it's all happening for a reason. It's all planned out. It's all part of a much larger puzzle, right? Which is global domination. This is what they want. They're going to bring us to, they have to bring us to our knees before we submit to their rule.
That's what Joanna said. She said, because we're all pawns in a game of chess.
They're playing chess. We're playing checkers. That's the problem. You got to try to play chess with these motherfuckers. And it's been going on for a long time. I mean, just wait until these Democrats take over the White House and they start making all the rules. Now, I want to get into the next thing.
You sure you don't want to talk about suckers instead?
Talk about what?
Suckers instead?
No.
Roy said you're the blow pop type.
Roy said what?
You're the blow pop type because I asked you what your favorite one is.
I'm the blow pop type. What's wrong with blow pop?
Oh,
Nurse Nikki's in the studio. How you doing, Nurse
There's
Nikki? Thanks for
friend.
joining us. But yeah, that's it. So it's just it's part of a much bigger problem. Okay, so that's just one little example. Okay, let's blow up the same fucking place that has these voting machines and burn down the place that printed the same exact ballots that went through those voting machines, and then we'll just cover it all up with some crazy guy in Nashville to decide to kill himself. That's just one part of the problem. I wanted to move directly into the stimulus package and how, you know what? Yeah, that's what I'll do. So this kind of works hand in hand when I start talking about New World Order, one world government, big powerful people and big powerful plays being made right now, right under our very nose. And this stimulus package is part of that play. This is the conversation I was having with Ian this morning about how they're sending money all over the world, right? Everybody's pissed off because they're sending all the world money and they're only giving us $600. Now it's $2,000, whatever it's going to cost to buy your soul, $600, $2,000, whatever. It doesn't matter to them.
That's all we're worth.
Huh?
That's it. That's all we're worth.
That's all we're worth to them. And it's our money. They're just giving it back to us because they tax the fuck out of us. They don't have a bank account. Remember that. Yeah. So it's just, they're just giving us our money and we're selling our souls basically for this. And everybody's going to be happy, like $2,000. But what's really going on? And Donald Trump did not stop all the spending that's going on throughout the world. And there's a reason why, because he's part of the fucking problem too. Sorry, Trump supporters. He's part of the fucking problem too. So I want to read this. And this is from, I read this already on this show when we went through the stimulus package or whatever. And this is on JADIP2020.com. But I wanted to kind of go over it again now when I have, this kind of new mindset towards this stuff. And the stuff that Ian was sending me, Byram, you was sending me this morning. And he made a very good point. Okay. So the 1.3, there's billions of dollars being sent all over the world. This is part of the global purchase. This is part of the global purchase. They don't just send $1.3 billion to Egypt for military aid just out of kindness, okay? That's not what they do. It's not just like, you know what, Egypt, you need $1.3 billion for your military. Here you go. It's not an accident, okay? This shit's in this bill for a reason. And I know there's people out there that's like, it's not in the relief package bill. Okay, it's part of the motherfucking same thing, okay? It's not in the relief package bill per se, if you want to be technical and a little shithead about it. But let me tell you fucking something. It's part of the same shit that they voted on, okay? It might be a separate bill, but they're tied in together and they go hand in hand, all right? So don't be technical with me. You can fuck off with that shit. $1.3 billion sent to Egypt. Why? For what? What's it for? I don't know. Let's go through it some more, okay? $500 million in American funds will be awarded to Israel. $500 million to Israel, right? We're going to send $77 million to Israel for its new ballistic missile system. By the way, did I mention that Egypt is getting money for its military? Is that what that's what these billions of dollars are for, is for their military. Okay. Palestine is getting $250 million. And this one's funny. $700 million in funds for, who is this for? Sudan. As long as the country works towards democracy and improves its human rights situation.
That's crazy.
Okay? Ukraine, Nepal, Burma, Cambodia, Pakistan, all among who's in hundreds of millions of dollars in aid. As long as they practice
American aid.
As long as they practice democracy.
Right.
That's the one world government underlie, right? Mm-hmm. As long as you practice democracy, we're going to give you hundreds of millions of dollars in aid. As long as you practice our government's belief system, as long as you practice our democracy, no more of your shit, okay? No more of your government. We want our democracy, and we're going to give you $100 million of our money to do it. Hundreds of millions. This is the great purchase that you're seeing. They are buying nations right now with your tax dollars. The stimulus package, this COVID thing, is not about getting money into your pocket because you need help, you need relief. Okay? It was all about purchasing the world. This is working towards one world government. This is working towards the new world order. We're going to buy you out. We're going to bring you to your knees with COVID policies. We're going to bankrupt your economies. Then we're going to send you money. Now you owe us. Now you owe us. I just talked about this is what Rockefeller does on our Penny with a Penny for Your Thoughts show. If you guys watch Penny for Your Thoughts, that's what pretty much the whole show was about, right? You get countries in your debt and then you own them, you control them. Rothschild came out and said, I care not who sits on the throne of England. Whoever controls England's money supply controls England, and I control England's money supply. That's what this is about. This is a great purchase. All right. And most of these billions of dollars, and that billion with a B, that's being spent overseas are being spent towards military aid. Now, who's the problem? Who's going to be the issue? Who are we going to go to war with? Because there's going to have to inevitably be a war, right? Russia and China. Why? Because Russia and China want to get rid of the U.S. dollar. They want to trade their fucking money and something other than the U.S. dollar. And every time a dictator tries to trade something other than the U.S. dollar, they get toppled and destroyed. Now, Russia and China is a little bit different because they're just as fucking powerful as we are. Okay, Russia and China ain't fucking, ain't Iraq. It's not Iraq. It's not Afghanistan. This ain't fucking, we're not talking about Omar Gaddafi here. All right, we're talking about Vladimir Putin and the mighty, mighty Russian army or the mighty, mighty Chinese army. Okay, but it's all leading to this because you have to get rid of some stuff in order to control the whole world. You have to get rid of those pesky people, and they're probably part of it. But $453 million has been earmarked to Ukraine. Ukraine is in support of the country and its ongoing war against Russian-backed separatists. So we sent $453 million to Ukraine to fight against Russian separatists. All of this money is war money. It's war money, okay? We're going to bring you to your knees with COVID policies, and then we're going to buy you out, and we're going to build your military up because we're going to need you really soon. Nepal gets $130 million to support its democracy efforts. Democracy efforts, because Nepal can't have its own government. We need them to practice our kind of government beliefs. We need them to do what we're telling them to do. We need a one world government, a democracy, a democratic alliance throughout the entire world. That's what we fucking need, right? And this money's going all over to Pakistan, $15 million. I mean, I can go through it all again. I'm not going to, but the point I'm trying to make is this. This money is not being sent to help anybody, and we are selling our souls for $2,000. And I don't know if there's anything we can do about it other than expose the shit out of it so people understand what's going on here. Because they're going to do what they do anyways. Because these politicians, I say it time and time again, they do whatever with absolutely no repercussions. There is no pushback. They just do it. And they don't care. They don't care what you have to say. They don't care about people like me who argue against this. And there's plenty of people out there who are just fucking brainwashed and small-minded and just think $2,000 or even $600. I'm so grateful for my $600. I can't wait to buy a new fucking PS4. I mean, what the fuck are you going to do with $600? You fill your tank up a couple times? You'll pay an electric bill? You're selling your soul for $600, $2,000, $5,000. I don't give a fuck what it is. This is not about relief. This is not about, they don't give a shit about you. Okay, I seen a post earlier that said Jeff Bezos is worth $1.8 trillion fucking dollars. That's enough money to end a lot of issues right there, but he ain't giving you none, is he?
Well, Joanna just said she did the math, and she said we're worth $1.67 a day.
I don't know if I trust that math, but hey, 50 cents a day can save a starving child. I don't know. I mean, it's just, they present it as if they care about you, the American people. First, they're playing politics with this money. And then they present it to you as if they care about you and they want to take care of you. But there's always some underlying power grab, just dark, sinister fucking idea of things. That it's just, they're little dark plans that they kind of place in the shadows. And they present it they always present it as help. They always present it as some type of fucking help. I don't need your help. We don't need government help. We need you the fuck out of our lives is what we need. Goodness gracious. We don't need it. I'm getting another gun, some freeze-dried food. They want us to depend on them. Yes, they do. And it's like always, and it's always in the name of help. It's always in the name of trying to protect you. It's always in the name of health and safety. And it don't matter. You can go back. Is it the Muslims that we need protected from? Because the Muslims are gone. Then we needed help protected from white racist cops. The white racist cops all of a sudden went away. We needed we need protection from the Chinese. We need protection from the Russians. We need protections from this bullshit COVID-19 virus, right? It's always in the name of there's some huge threat and the government needs to save you. And I agree with her on the freeze-dried food. I laughed at people at the very beginning of this pandemic when they were buying totes full of dried of nuts and freeze-dried foods and shit. And I'm like, look at these fucking wackos. I'm to the point now where I feel like, because next year, when this son of a bitch takes over, it's going to get a lot worse than it gets a lot better. Not even with... I don't care how much money they give you, right? Like, we're bankrupting our country. Eventually, the day that dollar collapses, we're done. The day that dollar collapses, because we can only take so much more. There's nothing back in that dollar. We are in an insane amount of debt. Like, wait till your bread costs $13 a loaf.
Oh, my God.
Wait till your fucking gas costs $18 a gallon, okay? Just wait till inflation takes over. And all these people who are, all these Rothschilds and these Rockefellers and these fucking Soroses of the world are laughing at us when we're eating out of fucking garbage cans. Just wait. Because that's where we're headed. We can't pay for anything. We can't pay for these $2,000 a piece stimulus checks. Am I going to put it in my bank account? Why the fuck not? Why not? Fuck it. Maybe I'll use that $2,000 that I get to buy me a nice little gun and some prep, some doomsday prep, buy me some bug out bags and shit and get ready for your bullshit. Maybe I'll use that money against you. Maybe I'm just living in a cloudy space and I'm just thinking too silly about it or something. Or maybe I should just live my life happily and like blow pops and unicorns. I don't fucking know.
It is scary though.
It is scary. Because I notice all these underlying facts, and I wanted to get ahead of this before these mainstream fucking streamers go out there and do it 3 weeks later. Anomaly. 3 weeks later. I just wanted to get my shit out there. Because I'm telling you, this Nashville blast, everything that you see in the mainstream media, every time something happens, there's something else to it. All you got to do is dig a little bit. And yesterday when I went on, I didn't have the information. I just talked about the Nashville blast and what happened. And I thought, there's something fishy. Right after I get off the air, I start doing some digging. Bam, there it is. You know, I mean, and the post is literally exploding right now on Facebook, and it's being spread around like wildfire. It's doing really good. I'm very proud of myself in that aspect. I didn't even get to the hell nah moment of the day. I need to get to it. Look, there's more shares. It's crazy that we're finally got a viral little post, and I'm happy about it. Because, and it, not only is it just the post itself, I'm just happy that that information is out there now. That people, because it wasn't very easy to find for me yesterday. I could not find this information about the the Rochester printing company burning down, and its links to the machines in AT&T. There's another one that's pretty good that I posted. I didn't make this. Somebody else did. It said 38 hours ago, Brian Kemp, governor of Georgia, called for a signature verification recount. About 20 hours ago, his future son-in-law was killed in a car accident with an explosion that could be heard a mile away. About 6 hours ago, he decided that the election was valid and there was no need to recount or signature verification. Don't trust me, fact check me on this. You think that any of this is a coincidence. So here's Brian Kemp, governor of Georgia, said signature verification recount is needed. Boom, his son-in-law gets exploded into a car. And then he comes out later on that day and says, you know what? Election was valid. That's valid. Crazy. Don't kill me, Miss Clinton. Election was valid. Powerful moves by powerful people. Pay attention. You have to pay attention. Play chess, not checkers. You ready for hell nah?
Yep.
Because I'm flowing right now. I'm just going to get into the hell nah moment of the week, of the day here. And yeah, so let's do hell nah. So the hell nah moment of the day comes from an RN, a nurse, and maybe Nurse Nikki can chime in a little bit on this. And any of you guys are welcome to call in at any time if you want to. I would love to hear all of your beautiful voices. But so here is this RN nurse who took the vaccine and she got Bell's palsy. Remember Bell's palsy is what I talked about on this show, a month ago? I'm sure Anomaly is going to do a video about Bell's palsy 5 fucking weeks later. Okay, but you could check out my shit on jadip2020.com. I did a whole entire thing about Bell's palsy and how it's linked to the vaccine. Here's a nurse, and I think we all know somebody who's taken the vaccine and is getting messed up from it. We all know somebody.
Right.
I don't know anybody that's died from COVID, but I know a couple
Right.
people that have been messed up from the vaccine. Okay, here's another one. I want to play this video. So you guys can't hear this on Podbean, but it is on JADIP 2020.
Sad.
So she said she recently is an RN nurse. She says her name and everything, where she works and all that stuff. And she said, I recently took the COVID-19 vaccination. And then she says after the shot, she felt fine. So, and then it's like 3 days later. 3 days. Yep. So she went to the doctor 3 days later and she was having problems with her face. This is when she starts to break down and starts to get a little emotional and stuff because, the fucking left side of her face don't work. You know? And what's crazy about this is people are like, oh, it's just Bell's palsy. I've never known a single fucking person in my life that's ever had Bell's palsy. Didn't know what it was before I did the whole thing on it before, like 5 weeks ago. I didn't even know what it was. Mm-hmm. But now it's a thing. And now they're trying to tell you it's fucking normal. Let me tell you something. This shit ain't normal.
Hell no.
The whole entire side of your face going completely numb and you not being able to use it. That shit is not fucking normal. It doesn't happen to people, okay? It's not like just I've never known one single person in my entire life that had this issue. Not one. But now they're telling you it's fucking normal? Come on. This poor woman. It's so sad. Oh. So So she's breaking down. She's crying. Half her fucking face don't work. She's telling you this vaccine is the worst thing ever. Don't get it. I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. What the fuck? Like, what the fuck are we doing here? At what point do we say no? I mean, Pfizer got the green light. This shit was produced in under a year. They have protection, legal protection granted from the government saying, well, if this fucks anybody up, you're not going to be liable. All because of a virus that has a 99.7% survival rate? Are we fucking serious here? Like, it shit gets me, it makes my blood boil. I'm sweating a little bit. Like, I can feel the blood rushing to the surface of my skin because it fucking makes me so mad that I live in a time where we are controlled by an invisible enemy that only kills 0.03% of the people it fucking touches. But yet people like this are being misled to believe that they have to have a fucking vaccine in their system in order to survive this pandemic that's killing millions of people out there, right? Which is fucking not. And here she is, this poor woman who's an RN, who is a frontline worker. Right. Half her fucking face don't work. Yep. And she's crying on video because she was misled to believe that she had to have this vaccine. Mm-hmm. She had to have it. And nobody will hold anybody accountable for her fucking face being messed up and not working, half her face not working. You know, they won't fact check me when I say half her face ain't working, or they won't Facebook don't give a shit, big tech don't give a shit, government don't give a shit. But the moment I post something like, China has completely virus free and they didn't even have a vaccine, mm-hmm. that shit'll get flagged and pulled down. That shit'll get me a strike. These people can do whatever they want. This woman's face don't fucking work. I know of people, that have seen people pass out. I know people that are messed up from the fucking vaccine. That's fine. But the moment I speak on it and try to bring some light to it and try to bring some truth to this whole COVID-19 lie that's been shoved down our fucking throats, it's an obvious lie too. I get pulled down. I get flagged. I get strikes against me. What are they so scared of? What are they so scared of? Because we fucking know. We know. You're lying. You're a lying fucking sack of shit. Every one of you are. Sorry for my language, but I'm a little fired up here. Okay? Especially when it comes to people like this poor woman who's trying to go out there and in front lines doing her job. And half her face don't work. And I'm seeing her watching her on camera cry and break down and get emotional because she got a vaccine. She was fucking lied to. And she bought into the lie. Got the vaccine. Now she's all messed up. And it's supposed to be normal? And they want to tell you Bell's palsy is completely normal. Happens all the time. Really? To who? To who? I've never seen not one fucking person have Bell's palsy. Not one. Now I'm seeing it all over the place.
I know. That shit's sad.
It is very sad.
Saw it last night.
It's very sad. And I just don't know how you defend this
There's
shit.
people out there that think that, if the vaccine was causing this, it would be all over the news and they would halt giving the vaccines.
Yeah. Yeah, if COVID was causing this to happen to people.
The vaccine.
Oh, say that again, because I misheard you.
There's people that think that if this was happening from the vaccine, it would be all over the news and they would halt giving the vaccine.
No. Those people are very misled and very, they're not going to halt the vaccine that they just spent billions of dollars, okay? Pfizer just made, $14 billion producing this thing? That's all part of the agenda, folks. I mean, at what point are we going to start realizing it's all part of the agenda? Everything we see every day, it's part of the agenda. They got to control you. They don't need a physical boogeyman anymore. They have an invisible one. It's called COVID-19. It's the invisible boogeyman. They love a fear that you can't touch, smell, or see or anything. It's just fear all around you now. They don't even need Muslims anymore. They don't even need Muslims. They don't even need racist white cops anymore. They're done with those too. I mean, everything is bullshit. If you don't believe me that everything in your mainstream media is bullshit, I'll give you a perfect example with the racist white cops. Why did they all of a sudden stop shooting unarmed black males? Right after the election. Right on cue. What was happening 4 years ago? Racist white cops were killing unarmed black men. Riots in the street. Cops were being shot in Dallas. 4 years ago, right on cue for election. Wake up, people. Wake up, people. They don't give a fuck about you. Well, do you think everything that happened in 2020 happened coincidentally? Do you think all of that stuff happened coincidentally? And this lost generation of people that believe this shit, and they just, we're in trouble. We're in trouble. And we are the resistance. We are the ones who have to fight back against this. We are the ones that have to expose this, even at the risk of being called crazy, conspiracy theorist, nut job, fucking all of the above. We have to be, our characters are going to be torn down and we're going to be ridiculed and made fun of. That's fine. That's fine. Because in the end, I get to say, I told you so. And and unfortunately, I've been having a lot of I told you so moments over the last few months of doing this show. Checkers, not chess. Are we ready to move on? Do we have comments? I don't even know. I'm all fired up in this motherfucker, bro. I ain't paying attention to this shit. Okay, so that's, let's see here. I know one that died from COVID. I seen a reaction from the vaccine, and Ricky told me that her boss has been out for work sick because of the vaccine. You know, I mean, I hate to say that. I hate the question, did they die of COVID? But that's always the mindset that hits me, right? Because flu deaths are down. Cancer deaths are down.
Yeah, it's like the flu doesn't even exist.
The flu is eradicated. COVID has eradicated the flu completely. And that's where I have the problem saying, did they really die of COVID? Because we don't know. Did they get a cold? Did they have flu and pneumonia settled in their chest? And that's what killed them. Every day. You would think I would figure this out by now. But, yeah. I mean, I just have a problem with, because it's just the dishonesty. I can't buy into any of it. I can't buy into even a little of it, let alone all of it. I don't know. Are you ready to move on to something lighter, something funner? Do we have something funner? I don't know.
Yeah, I do.
What do you have? Do you have your segment? Should we go into that?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, yeah.
So it's Tanya time. I kind of got a little bit of a headache from going on all that, man. 52 minutes. We're definitely going over, but that's okay. I had to get that shit out of my system. I was fired up this morning. That's what happens when I get up early and I start texting fucking Bahram you, and we start getting we put our tinfoil hats on and we connect and we start doing talking about all kinds of crazy shit, because it is. And there's another video that I posted of a guy climbing into a fucking into a damn gurney. Did you see the video I posted? It's a guy. This is what was I seen this morning. I'm gonna go ahead and show this before we get into Tanya time real quick. So this is a guy that's like, I'm gonna speed this up. See this little gurney and all this, like, they pulled this out, all four of these guys, and this guy just kind of sits down and he puts his feet up and they put him inside of that thing like he's got COVID. Like, do you see what this shit? He helped them get that out of there, and that got fact checked, by the way. It got fact checked. Why it got fact checked, I have no idea. Like, we obviously see what's going on here, but yeah, they put him in there. It's all for show. That's upsetting. Whatever.
All right, I have jokes or 50 facts about life you won't believe you didn't know already.
You have jokes?
Mm-hmm.
You have jokes?
Yeah.
You got jokes?
Yeah.
All right, let's hear them.
You want some jokes?
I want some jokes.
All right.
Joke time. Ha 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 ha. Let's do jokes.
All right. What did the left eye say to the right eye?
I don't know.
Between you and me, something smells. You're stupid.
All right. What else you got?
I used to be addicted to soap, but I'm clean now.
Oh my God. How do I stop this? I should have never hit it. Oh my goodness gracious.
What did the mayonnaise say when the refrigerator door was opened?
Hold on, I didn't hear that one.
Oh, man.
What'd you say?
What did the mayonnaise say when the refrigerator door was opened? Close the door, I'm dressing.
Oh, that's so funny. Ha ha.
I was reading these last night, and I was like, yeah, that's funny.
Oh, man. What else you
All
got?
right, two men meet on opposite sides of a river. One shouts to the other, I need you to help me get to the other side. The other guy replies, You're on the other side.
You're on the other side. And Corn Pop was a bad dude.
Oh my God, stop it.
What else you got? That was really corny. That was like a corny ass dad joke.
Some of them are.
They're all corny dad jokes?
No. What's the best thing about Switzerland?
I don't know. What is the best thing about
You got
Switzerland?
the first part. It says, I don't know, but their flag is a huge plus.
Oh, that's so funny. What else you got?
How does a squid go into battle?
Well armed.
All right, I'm going to go to 50 facts about life you won't believe you didn't already know.
Okay. 50 facts about life that
I'm not doing all 50. Calm down.
Do 50.
No.
Do 48.
All right, so it says you should throw away the cotton in your medication bottles.
What?
The cotton? Like, you know when you open a medicine bottle? It has
Yeah.
a cotton in there? You got to throw it away. Believe it or
No
not,
shit.
that little ball, that little ball of cotton that comes in your bottle of pills, which is there to keep pills safe during shipping, is meant to be removed. It can collect moisture because of its absorbent nature, which makes your pills deteriorate faster.
Who's not throwing them?
I feel like some people probably keep it in there. Throw that shit away. Just saying. All right, here. This is probably what I was looking for yesterday.
Okay.
It says your tallest first thing in the morning.
Yes, we've done this before.
I know, but I was looking for it. It says while you're laying down in a resting position, the spine is said to spread out or decompress. So when we wake up in the morning, we are taller after lying in bed all night.
Yes.
Which I don't need that. I don't need to be any taller.
Because when you stand up and you're working all day, all your joints and everything in your body start to compress and get smaller, and you get smaller throughout the day. And then over time, I think that's why you shrink in general, because your stuff stops expanding so much.
Right? All right. It says you should sleep with your door closed.
Oh.
Sleeping with your doors closed will help protect you from smoke and toxic fumes in the event of a fire.
Okay.
Yeah. Sleeping in a cold room can help you slim down. That's good.
Sleeping in a cold room?
Our room's always cold.
I need to make our room colder then.
Just a single month of sleeping in a 66-degree room helped increase subjects' fat-burning ability by as much as 10%.
Because you're shivering and shit, and your body's like fucking convulsing because you're freezing cold. I'm good. I'm not sleeping in no 60-degree temperature, bro. Like, it was cold as fuck in here last night. I don't know what the hell was going on. I was freezing. Probably got the COVID.
So craving ice is a symptom of iron deficiency.
Craving ice is a symptom of iron deficiency.
Mm-hmm.
Or what? How does that make any sense?
If you like crunching ice after you finish your soda, you might be suffering from anemia, also known as pagophagia. The compulsive eating of ice may not just be a nervous tic, but a way of cooling inflammation.
Ice eating. Anybody that's chewing or eating ice needs to be punched.
A way of cooling inflammation in the mouth caused by lack of iron.
Huh. Or it
So
could
if
just
you
be
like
really
chopping down
thirsty.
those ice cubes, get to the doctor.
What if you're just thirsty and you want some ice?
I don't
Ice
know.
chips.
Sharp knives are safer than dull knives.
Sharp knives are safer than dull knives. I would rather if I was going to be stabbed, I'd rather it be a sharp knife than a dull knife. I'll tell you that.
Sharp
much.
knives aren't actually as likely to cut you as dull ones because a sharp knife easily slices through food. You only have to apply a small amount of pressure when using them. This means that you're more likely to cut the item you're intending to cut and not your hand.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Because it goes through, it's harder to get it to go through.
Tomato juice won't fix getting skunked. Instead of dousing yourself in V8, make a mixture of dish soap, peroxide, and baking soda. The skunk spray is an oil which your grease-fighting dish soap will take care of. Peroxide and baking soda add plenty of oxygen to the mix to help get rid of the smell.
You ever been sprayed by a skunk?
No.
You ever had a dog get sprayed by a skunk?
My dad's.
It's
awful.
awful. It
Yeah.
is god awful. It is horrible.
His house.
You know they can point their little sink stacks in 360-degree directions. They can aim that shit and put it wherever they want. Their little butthole stink sacks, and they can
That's
spray
weird.
you in 360 degrees. It's amazing what the skunk can do.
Did
But
you know
the smell is absolutely horrible? No, I didn't know. What's up?
Wikipedia is downloadable?
Wikipedia is downloadable.
Yeah, and then the next one says, and it can act as your tour guide.
Oh, that's awesome.
Right.
I'm not downloading.
If you allow Wikipedia to know your location, it can provide you
No.
with pages about subjects relevant to
hate.
relevant to where you are using its
I can't
nearby
stand the
function.
fact that different apps have to know my location. Like, it don't matter what app it is, what app. It's like everything needs to know your location.
Right.
It could be like a weight loss app or a carb tracking app, and it'll be like this app has to know your location. Like, what the fuck? Like, why? I hate that Google knows where I'm at. I hate that anything. They track you. I can't stand that I'm being tracked all the time. I constantly look at my cell phone like, these motherfuckers is tracking me, bro. Like, they know where I'm at and what I'm doing at all times. I hate it. So no, Wikipedia is not getting downloaded on anything. They're not accessing my location. Fuck off.
Our phones already do.
Maybe I'm just paranoid.
Did you know there are more life forms on your body than people on Earth?
There what? More life forms on your
There are
body
more
than people on
life
Earth?
forms
Yes.
on your body than people on
Little
Earth.
microscopic life forms. Nurse Nikki said, I can't stand that shit. I turn everything off unless I need to use it, and I turn it on and off when I'm done. Jesse Ventura, who I really like, I talk about a lot on this show. I think he should run for president, but I was watching a video about him. He still uses a flip phone. Okay, we're talking 2020. He still uses a flip phone. When he bought his new car, he immediately ripped out the OnStar navigation system in the car. Like, immediately ripped it all out. And he lives in fucking Mexico.
Oh, wow.
Now, he was in politics. He was a governor of Minnesota. Like, he knows what goes on and what transpires. If he's that paranoid, living in Mexico, ripping OnStars out his car and still using a flip phone, then we should probably be a little worried. What else you got?
High heels were first designed for men.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I wear them on Saturdays.
Though closely identified as a female fashion staple today, high heels were first designed for men. At the end of the 16th century, Persian-inspired style was all the rage in Europe, according to the J. Paul Getty Museum. And heels were seen as being virile and masculine. Wait, did I say that
Masculine?
right?
Masculine.
Masculine, and a great way to boost your height a few inches. I'm good on all that, too.
I think I would look good in a nice pair of stilettos. I think I would look amazing. It'd prop my butt up a little bit when I walk and stuff.
Right.
I'm about to get some. You have any high heels? I'm going to try them on. We
Yeah.
wear the same size shoe.
Oh, my God, stop it.
Psych.
Ew.
Aloha. Light Bright is in the studio. Thank you for joining us.
There's a
Stilettos. They're my
brewery
favorite, too. What do you got?
In Japan, there's a brewery in Japan that makes beer from elephant dung.
They make beer from elephant dung.
The brewery, Sankt Gallen, produces a beer called Un Kuno Kuro, made with coffee beans that have passed through an elephant. It's a huge hit, according to Fox News.
That sounds absolutely disgusting. Elephant poop beer. Why not? Did you know that it's raspberry flavoring, right? What's in raspberry flavoring is, since we talked about skunks, is some of the ingredients that's in raspberry like flavoring is extracted from a skunk's anus.
I think, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because we used to make fun of my sister all the time because she drank raspberry butt juice. We used to call it raspberry butt juice or some shit like that, because when I found this tidbit of information out, she drank a lot of raspberry stuff at the time, but some of the flavoring that they use, the ingredient comes from a skunk's anus. Which is really strange. I don't know if I would drink elephant poop beer. But whatever. To each its own. Elephant poop beer, it is what it is. Whatever. What's up? What do you got? Is this a Q&A? Are you about to quiz me?
No, they're
Ask
jokes.
me questions.
They're jokes.
Oh, okay.
What do you call a fake noodle?
A fake needle?
Noodle.
Noodle? I don't know.
An impasta.
Oh,
I
that's
thought that
funny.
shit was so funny last night.
Was you
I just
cracking
kept
up?
repeating it in my head. An impasta.
An impasta. What else you got? What's the next
Oh
one?
my God. Why can't you trust atoms?
Why can't you trust atoms? Because
They make up everything.
Aha! I thought it was because they always split. That's funny. These are hilarious jokes. I'm dying with laughter on the inside.
It is. They are funny. Oh my God.
Read another.
How do you stop an astronaut's baby from crying?
Oh, I know this one. How do you stop an astronaut's baby from crying? I don't know it. What do you got?
Rocket.
Rocket! Jesus, that's so funny.
They are funny.
That's
They are
hilarious.
funny.
Do you have any more hilarious jokes?
I mean, I got a shitload, but you know. How do you talk to giants?
How do you talk to giants? By looking up?
Oh my God. Use big words.
Oh my God.
They're so funny. How does the ocean say hello?
It waves.
Yeah, good job.
It waves.
That's funny.
I got that one.
All right, well, I'll save the rest for another day.
No, so read one more of
One
your
more?
hilarious,
They are
outrageously
funny.
hilarious jokes. Let's end this on a high note.
All right.
This is
What
absolutely
time is
hilarious.
it when you have to go to the dentist?
What time is it when you have to go to the dentist?
Yeah.
It's the worst time of my entire life because I fucking hate the dentist with all my heart.
No, it's tooth hurty.
Oh my
Tooth
God,
hurty.
that is funny. I can't wait to tell my dentist that one because he has to see me 18 times a year for some fucking reason.
Tooth hurty. 230.
I go in for my yearly cleaning and he's like, we have to see you back in 2 weeks. It's like, for what? God, leave me alone, bro.
My jokes are funny.
That was funny. I can't wait to tell the dentist that one because he loves seeing me for some reason. Maybe it's the stilettos I wear.
Shut up.
Maybe he likes my stilettos, my heels. 2 o'clock, she said.
We need to do a birthday shout out.
A birthday shout out? To who?
Our daughter.
Hold on. Let me see here. Yep. December 29th, 2010 is when she was born. It's tattooed on my wrist. So birthday shout out.
Aaliyah's the Big 10.
Did I mess that up?
3 kids. All double digits now. Moving on up.
She's 10 years old.
I know. That's just sad and crazy, but good.
She's getting old. She's getting older. 8
10.
more years.
It is crazy. Like, our last baby is 10.
I got 8 more years of your bullshit, and then I can go on with my life.
Yeah.
8
Right.
more years of your bullshit, and I can go on with my life, and not have to pay child support or anything.
Wow.
I'm
that's
off
what it
scot
is.
free in 8 more years. No, happy birthday to Aaliyah, who is 10 years old today, and she is growing rapidly. She is a little giant.
Yeah.
She's a little giant child. She's like, what is she, 5'8" now? I don't know what she is.
She's like 5'3", 5'4".
But happy birthday to Aaliyah. I forgot because we celebrated her birthday this past weekend, so that was like the birthday for me. But
Yeah, but like today is her birthday.
today is her actual birthday. I'm gonna
At
go down and I'll
8:01,
tell
she
her
was 10.
happy birthday, and then I'll take her for I'll take her for ice cream or something, even though I can't eat it.
I feel like I buy this girl a shake every day.
Right, so she don't need it. She don't need it. She got a shake yesterday. Did she not?
Yeah. And the day
It's
before.
a pain in the ass living fucking
Right by UDF?
Right by UDF. Right by that. Most people
Man.
probably don't know what UDF is because it's a Cincinnati thing, ain't it? But it's an ice cream place that makes milkshakes. And it's not good. It's not good that we live within 2 minutes of it. Nurse Nikki's son works. He was at this UDF. I don't know if he works at this UDF. I seen him. Mm-hmm. And he was the only fucking one in there that knew what the fuck was going on.
That's
because
good. That's good.
I was getting these kids the shakes, right? And I know all these kids. I know so many kids from this area. Like, it's from either driving them or, coaching or just out and about, getting to know people. I love, getting to know kids, whatever age, teenagers down to little kids, whatever. I get to know them. Okay, is the point I'm trying to make. So I know the other 2 kids that are working there with him. And they're like, oh, what's up, Mr. Steve, blah, 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 blah. And they're making my shit. And it's like the kid doesn't know what's going on. Like, and I see him in the background trying to make sense of the chaos that's in front of me because there's other customers waiting for shit. They're both talking to me. I'm trying to step away to get them to stop fucking talking to me so they can take care of everybody. I ended up getting a really awful shake. I didn't drink it. It was the kids, whatever. It just looked like shit. He's like, is that okay? I'm like, yeah, that's cool, whatever. I'll just take it because I want to get the fuck out of here. Mm-hmm. But he was the only one that was trying to bring some order to all the chaos. It was funny. It was funny watching him be all responsible and shit. Now that he's older. Being all responsible and being a good worker. It's funny watching these kids that I've known for so many years be workers now, be in the workforce. There's a couple of them that are okay and they're good workers. I'm very proud of the fact that my son is a good worker. He is a very good worker. He's going to be an amazing asset to a company somewhere down the line. The kid's never late, always on time, works hard, all that good stuff. And yeah, you can definitely distinguish the ones who've had good work ethic instilled into them and ones who just have not. And that was a good example of it. Watching Nurse Nikki's son try to take control of a very bad situation and kind of step in and be the boss of the ice cream place there for a minute.
I have one more joke for you.
One last joke, and we got to get out of here.
What do you call it when Batman skips church?
When Batman skips church. Batman skips church. I don't know. What is it?
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale. That's good.
All right, I'm done.
That's good. Like Bryce said, I'm proud of my baby. My baby is a good. What the hell is that?
Phlebotomist.
What is that?
The blood people.
Blood people? He's a blood person? He's a vampire.
I think they draw the blood. Yeah. Yep. See, I got this shit too.
He draws blood. Look at you. You got a big brain today. I didn't know that's what that was. There was no way in hell I'd be able to work with needles and get no way I could draw blood from people. No freaking way. Could you?
Yeah.
You could draw blood from people? Mm-hmm. You're a sick, twisted person.
No, I'd rather take their blood than clean up their fucking throw up.
Or their poop.
I mean, throw up.
Or their poop. Or anything. I don't want to clean anything that comes out of your human body whatsoever. Blood, poop, throw up, snot. It don't matter what it is. Just keep it in there. We're like machines, like leaky machines.
Oh, God.
I often look at the human body like we're just one well-built machine. Like when we were created like a damn, I don't know, like a organic robot. Like we leak fluids and shit. Like we have to have fluids put into us. Like it's weird. Fucking humans are leaky. They get paid
good money.
Huh?
Phlebotomists do. They get paid good money.
Well, why ain't you one? Go draw some blood. Go wipe some snot. Couldn't do it. I don't even like. Have you ever had blood taken?
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah.
Like you've donated it?
Not donated.
Oh my God. When you go to the doctor and they take your blood and they put it in that vial with the Vaseline. What's up with the Vaseline in the body of that? In the bottom of the thing? What's up with that, Nurse Nikki? Why do they have Vaseline in the bottom of the vials? You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know. To keep it.
Is that Vaseline? That shit freaks me out when my blood rushes into the tube. Like it bothers the hell out of me. Like I feel like they're draining me dry. Right?
Duh.
It's a medium, I think. Maybe a mixer or something. Oh, okay. Keep the blood from clotting.
Ugh.
Maybe. I don't know. It freaks me out when they fill those vials up full of your blood. I feel like I'm going to run out of blood. Like I have anxiety anyway. So when they put it in me, I'm like, oh my God, I'm getting lightheaded. And they're like, they haven't even drawn anything out of me yet.
Oh my God. The worst part for me is the rubber tourniquet. The
thing they test
your blood pressure with? I don't like that because I don't like, the band.
Rubber band?
Yeah, man.
Like you're shooting up heroin?
I don't like to feel my pulse like thumping in my arm and shit. It freaks me out.
As long as you don't go in there like, I got this, and you just tie the rubber band. Give me the needle.
No.
Like, you'll be all right.
That feeling freaks me out. It's weird.
It all freaks me out. Are you ready to get out of here and close this thing out? We've been on for an hour and 13 minutes. Sorry about my extremely long rant. I always look like a long-time crack whore when I have to get blood work done.
Huh?
Oh my God, because of her veins. She said she can't, she has terrible veins.
Oh, damn.
That's funny. All right, we got to get out of here. Sorry about my ranting. I think it was necessary, though, to get my point across because we are living in a fucked up time right now, right? We would love to have all you guys back tomorrow at 12 o'clock. Check us out on Facebook Live, JADIP 2020. Just search at JADIP 2020. We're also on YouTube, and we're on Instagram, and we're on Twitter. And even though I don't do Twitter a whole lot, I need to be better with my Twitter. We're pretty much all over the place. We're growing, doing what we got to do. And check out my video with little Tiana. It was really funny, cute video. She's our newest host of JADIP 2020.
I did do her hair, by the way. It was on fleek.
Yeah, but we didn't shoot a video. It just wasn't the right time. I don't think so. But we're out of here. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for being a part.